Hey YouTube. Thanks for spending some time with me. I really appreciate you guys. And as usual, I want to wish you guys peace, love, and light. I don't know. This last new moon has been bringing the crazy out of everybody. So, I had to take some time. I was just having it was just too much going on. I was at first I started noticing wildlife. They were migrating. I never really witnessed that. I've been working like a lot of nights. All last week, so I got a chance to see the migration. Raccoons with their pups and. Possums, deer with their foe. I saw coyotes. What are those little things that look like cats? Mountain lions. They look like cats, but they're bigger than a cat. But yeah, I even saw some of those. So it was interesting to see how the moon was affecting the way the animals were moving around, and that led me to wonder, like, how does that affect us? We are creatures on this plateau as well, but I don't know. It seemed like it affected us more negatively. It seemed like people were more mean and short-tempered, irritated. And anytime I start seeing it in like clusters, like it's everywhere. I'm the only one happy here, and it's like, what's going on? Why is everybody so happy? So angry. You go to the shipper, they're mad. You go to the receiver, they're mad. You go to other truck drivers, they're talking to themselves, they're mad. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm happy, so I try to spread happiness and everything, but I had to take a little time off because I was depleted. I was thoroughly depleted. I had the ground. I took the weekend off to recenter myself, to reground, to regroup, to get myself back in line emotionally, spiritually, physically, and things like that. And I mean, that's really important. People use all kind of methods to keep themselves centered. You know, some people use religion, church. Some people use exercise, meditation, and things like that. I think it's good to honor all three areas of yourself. If you're only just honoring your spiritual self, you still have to attune yourself emotionally and physically. So some areas you're strong, and some areas you're a little bit weaker in, but you don't realize that you're not balanced because you think just one thing is enough. So you have to make sure that your spiritual connection is tight, and then you have to make sure that your emotional connection is tight, and your physical connection is tight. So I took time to just regroup because it's good to, I call it grounding. It's sort of like letting positive and negative energy exchange, because sometimes you can have too much of one and not enough of the other. I tend to be more positive than negative. So when I'm one of those people, I don't mind. It don't bother me. It used to bother me, but now that I understand about grounding and all of the other stuff, I understand that I have to do the exchange. So if I see people in a very, very negative space, I don't have a problem exchanging positive energy with them so that it's sort of like burping. Not like, well, yeah, okay, physically burping as well. I wasn't thinking more like making kombucha, or like anything that's acidic. When you're making kombucha, you let it ferment, but you can't let it keep fermenting, or the top will pop off and it'll fizz all over the place. So you burp it. You open the top, you let the acid escape, and you put the top back on again, and you do it again every day until it's fully fermented. And that's the same way I look at negative and positive energy. If you have too much positive energy, and you're not burping, or you're not letting it release in forms of something positive, you know what I'm saying? Something that brings you joy, then you just sit there and you just letting it sit there, and then you start, overreacting on little things, and it's just good to be able to know and be mindful of releasing. Me, I know when I'm carrying more negative. I'm not one of those people that can carry a lot of negative energy because I'm primarily a positive spirit. So when I do have the negative energy, I can always tell because it's right here. I'll notice I'll be clenching my jaw, and it was something I just had to realize. That's my first sign that I'm stressed because I tend to hold my jaws tighter, even though I look and I feel fine. But I'll notice in the mornings when I wake up, my jaws will be hurting here, and I'd be like, "Okay, you're holding." And so I know then to just take that moment, that hour or so, and meditate and cleanse and get myself back into a more calmer situation. But yeah, I it's just been weird. But I mean, I'm on my way back out here. I did all of my cleansings, all of them, and I'm in a good space in my head right now, and I'm back to being my usual motivated and positive and hopeful and optimistic self. And it's gonna be all good. It's gonna be all good. You can't just let these little bumps and hiccups in the road stop you from whatever it is that is in your path and in your destiny to have and to hold, and that's yours. So I'm good, and I hope that you guys are good too. So don't forget to ground yourself. Negative, not with alcohol and cigarettes and all that other stuff. You got to do something that's positive to your body. Positive. That if that's listening to affirmations, if that is just sitting in stillness and in quietness, letting go, let it, replaying and then let it go. Replaying, forgive and let it go. Don't hold on to things, like that long. Just honor it. Talk to yourself. Let yourself. My thing is when I'm feeling some sadness on the inside, I'd be like, well, what was that? Why are you feeling this right here? And I don't think. I just let it just like come up. My feelings were hurt. I felt disrespected. And then I'd be like, what can you do about that? So then you have to let that go. And then I do let it go. And so that's that. I don't know. But I mean it's just important. So I don't want to keep this too long. You know what I'm saying? I want to I don't know. I'll probably expound on it a little bit more in the future, but yeah. Peace, love, and light, y'all. Peace, love, and light.